played overall, and I can't help but think that part of that is a tribute to the amount of massive success that Sandstorm has had with the Legend.
Oh, for sure. I mean, you can go to several websites that kind of pull from our API and just look at the play rate rise every time that Sandstorm wins a tournament with a character. There's a lot of people just trying to mimic it, being like, hey, he made that Legend look awesome. I want to do that too.
And here we go. We're going to see if that's going to happen again here. Is he going to inspire the youth and have them saying, I want to be like Jordan, ma? Or is it going to be a little bit of a different story here as Wrench versus Sandstorm duke it out on Small Mammoth? Slight damage lead to Sandstorm here. But Wrench has been playing an amazing ground game. I mean, which he always does. But I feel like especially today, especially against Boomy, it was a very tough time for him to get back to the stage once Wrench had stage control. Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh, but Sandstorm almost getting the first knockout there, wrenched in dire straits. The extended, usually you see that down air into ground pound off the wall at lower damage percents, but that one he went further out, knowing how damaged Wrench was, he needed that extra distance to line it up.
It's always nice to see the South Alley you know what I mean? A pass right to yourself, right from downtown, off the backboard and into the bucket.
Man, and right now that bucket is just Wrench face. Basketball just slamming those gauntlets straight in there. Sandstorm not letting up, just pressing that advantage. Damage building so high.
And I'm wondering if Wrench is going to be able to make the adjustments here, because there was a time where, I mean, for Sandstorm, Wrench was kind of the person he never wanted to meet in bracket at any point. He'd be like the only person sometimes that could put him into the loser side of bracket. And it's been a while since that has happened, but he's been able to do it before. I don't see why he can't do it again. But Sandstorm...
Well, here's the thing. I mean, the majority of 2019 was Sandstorm versus Wrenched in Grand Finals, but this is 2020, baby. Sandstorm's got the vision.
Yeah, he definitely... I mean, again, with those down sigs, right, just completely yeeting a Wrench to the other side of the screen here. Wrench finally able to get a hit there. Might be able to get the first KO. No, he doesn't try to punish that with a recovery. Instead, he manages to force Sandstorm off again. He tries to go for the ground pound. Won't get it. And Sandstorm responds with a perfectly placed ground pound, unarmed, saying, Wrenched, you are just a footrest to me, and easily escorts him out the building.
Yeah, and that was like the early call out to, oh, good answer from Wrench. That neutral air just spiking and beating out whatever option Sandstorm was trying to catch him with.
Oh, here we go. That D-light into dash jump, down air from Gauntlets, one of those tried and true bread and butters you'll go for to rack up that damage and set up some potential follow-ups here. Wrenched, I feel like, is playing this game with Sandstorm a little bit too much here, where he's trying to swing, one of them's dodging, the other one, oh no. He's still alive. No punish from Sandstorm there. Tried to get the reverse down air, couldn't find it, but still forcing Wrench off the stage. Do you want to play this game, Wrench?
Alright, so Sandstorm has plucked Wrenched off the stage twice now, and Wrenched has gone low afterwards every time. Sandstorm red high the first, the second time it looked like he was gathering information. When is the payoff going to happen?
I do not know. Another down sig coming out. Down sig from Wrenched, actually, this time is going to connect with Sandstorm. Goes for the ground pound. You know, looked a little desperate there, I'm not going to lie, but he was able to find a D-light recovery to go ahead and close out that second stock. So we're going to see if Wrenched has the gimp in him, or if Sandstorm's going to close this up nice and easy and tie it up with a bow.
Alright, well, I mean, that's the thing. Wrench just needs the stage set. He managed to bring it to one stock apiece, and now he's got those Katars. We've seen tons of highlight clips of him just ending stocks immediately from white or yellow.
Doesn't have the jump read there, though. We saw him go for that D-light, expecting Sandstorm to jump, but Sandstorm just staying grounded. Finally gets a D-light there, but Sandstorm's very easily able to just dodge out of the down air that came afterward here. Clean.
Oh!
Yeah,
just covering the ground farther away, saying, you can't play footsies. Cats and dogs, I win.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough, right? Because in scenarios like that, you can't help but applaud Sandstorm. He hadn't thrown out really a hitbox to actually hit Wrenched for a while there. We saw him throw out that gauntlet recovery just kind of as a movement option to not get caught by Wrench there. And then when you see him just line up that signature, the only move he's thrown out for like the past 5 or 10 seconds, and it just connects so cleanly, it shows he knows exactly what he's looking for, he knows what his win conditions are, and he knows exactly when to let it rip.
3, 2,
it looks like they know they're exactly going back to the same map. Mammoth Fortress, just running it back. No legend change. And Sandstorm again with the early hits.
Oh man, yeah. Wrench having a tough time
Jeez.
getting anything going in the neutral game. This is where Wrenched needs to win, most arguably. You know, if you get a good read with Gauntlets or with the Scythe, you know, regardless of if you're getting kind of mollywopped up until then, one good read can completely turn something around here. But with his guitars and his sword, he should be having control of the base stage. He should be making this his neutral game for Sandstorm to try to find cracks in, but it's not playing out that way.
Oh my gosh, that neutral signature from center stage almost taking out Wrench. Sandstorm had to land there. His recovery got beaten out.
Go sidelight
Oh.
recovery. That's all she wrote.
Yeah, that's one of those standard options, especially if their dodge is on cooldown. You get that sidelight recovery, they've got almost no chance of escaping.
Especially after a little while ago when the base force on that recovery got buffed a little bit. It's definitely much more potent of a KO tool now for the Gauntlet, so Wrench definitely going to need to be looking out for that one.
Oh my gosh. All right, Sandstorm getting a little bit greedy here. He really wanted to just press the advantage as far as he could, take Wrench stock at white, but ends up paying the ultimate price for it.
Gets a two-piece string there, but still has yet to be able to get the dodge read right on Sandstorm to really extend it into a large, long conversion there. He's been able to get these 1-2, buckle my shoe combos, but nothing more than that.
Yeah, they definitely add up. You've seen Sandstorm constantly get those 2 hits on Gauntlets, and oftentimes he has the dodge read correct for location, just not on the timing yet.
Oh my goodness. The read on the dash jump from Sandstorm is going to throw the weapon, force Wrench to recover high. He's not able to cover his option back down to the ground, though, but this is actually a much closer game than you would be led to believe.
Whenever you see Sandstorm start bringing out the signatures, you know he's getting a little frustrated maybe with the match, just because the damage is getting close. He knows he needs to take out this stock. So he goes for those efficient KO options. He doesn't want it to drag on.
Oof. How many times have we seen Sandstorm get that exact punish on a Wrench, right? He'll be a little bit above ground height, gravity cancel and go for that down sig, and Wrench will always be caught kind of, just throwing out a hitbox that's a little bit too laggy. It gives Sandstorm kind of an easy punish.
Yep. Oh, but Wrench this time catching Sandstorm, scratching him out now, down to the final stocks, and this time Wrenched is actually even with Sandstorm here. He doesn't have as much of a damage deficit to cut through.
He's able to get another little string here. I think Wrench is going to have to be okay with just getting in the little bits of damage. Doesn't want to play this offstage game. Do you really want to do that against Sandstorm? I know Wrenched offstage can be amazing, but we have seen what Sandstorm can do more than once, and just look at him go here. The damage is so even.
Sidelight looking for the dodge read.
Man, and that's...
This is getting so incredibly tense because every little bit of chip damage that either of these folks are going to get on the other, it just pushes them that much closer. And this is winner's side top 8. Everybody wants to go into winner's finals.
Oh, this could be the last interaction here. Wrench really betting it all on that ground pound. Not going to get punished for it, though. But, I mean, Wrench's game plan, his style of play can really, really ice people out because he plays calm, calculated. He will wait and wait and wait and only throw hitboxes out. But Sandstorm still, just knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to jump, throwing out that end.
Listen, he doesn't have to worry about getting iced out if he controls the ice powers. Mordex has the ice claws. You don't want those things to grow bigger.
This is fact. He's like the Todoroki, he knows the hot, he knows the cold, he has it all. So can't ice him out.
He'll turn it up, he'll bring it down, everything's just a beating.
This is great. This is great. I'm wondering if Wrench is going to be able to at least get a game on the board here, though, because Sandstorm looks like Wrench has been clawing his way as best he can with his Asuri to try and bring himself back into it. That game 1 was tough. That game 2 definitely much closer. And this game 3, it seems like he has a semblance of a game plan that he wants to execute here against Sandstorm. And for the most part, it seems like it can be successful, but hasn't proven fruit just yet.
Now you see Sandstorm use that down signature away from Wrenched a couple times. Now that could be for conditioning, get him to think about it, and also just a little bit of spacing to try and bait something out. If you're waiting for an audio cue, which you do react faster to audio than you do visual, it could get somebody to kind of commit to something that they really shouldn't.
Let's see if we can find it here. Wrenched holding the base platform, catches Sandstorm with 2 neutral lights in a row here, tries to catch the jump. Great dodge from Sandstorm. Hold on there. Wrench is starting to get it going now. You can see the tables are turning a little bit into the favor of Wrench, but can he get the final hit here, or will Sandstorm be able to turn it around? Ground pound, not going to hit.
All right, Wrenched is now unarmed. Sandstorm with the advantage. Oh, but Wrenched just breakdances him right off stage. Sandstorm looking for the turnaround. There it is. Ground pound, weapon toss, ground pound, the sandwich of death.
I liked seeing that play out there, and it seemed like Wrench was going to be the one to get the first KO, but Sandstorm very easily making a turnaround there, and I like his use of the dash weapon throw. To kind of be a zone breaker there to try to, especially for the gauntlets, a lot of times you can get that dash weapon throw and go for immediate neutral light because it's just so fast, it's hard to respond to. But so far, man, I mean, we're back to even again.
Ooh, but Wrench got the dodge read, all the extra damage, just worming his way across Sandstorm.
Ooh.
Yeah, those are some of the... Oh my gosh! The gravity cancel neutral signature, the holy grail of a Surrey play. It's what everybody wants to land, and Wrench gets that to secure himself a pretty significant lead here.
Yeah, he's been looking for that one all set. Both you and I know it, and it definitely came out in the exact scenario where he needed it to, where not only did it serve as a reversal for the damage, but now he's up an entire stock. Wrench playing from a lead is a lot harder to deal with, let me tell you that. The moment this kid gets a lead, he really will extend it. He'll make you have to painlessly grind for every single hit you connect from that point forward, and if that's going to be any indicator, I mean, look at the amount of damage he's racked up on a Sandstorm at this point. Ooh, another free punish. I'll take that.
Oh my gosh. Goes for the signature, but Sandstorm was able to fall down through the stage, gets the weapon toss. Wrench, not enough to make it back. Sandstorm's back in this, but man, he has to play absolutely flawlessly.
Here we go. This goes for the D-Light there, not even the D-Light recovery. He was seeing if he could get a dodge there and then go for the recovery, take him off the top. Another D-Light there and catches the recovery the second time around. Sandstorm unable to break away.
That's the thing, that downlight down air, or anything that bounces them off the ground, gives you not only the frame advantage, but it keeps them close, so you can make the most out of that frame advantage. Especially if they choose to spend that dodge, it's so much easier to follow up on it.
Here we go. So we have ourselves a tense set here, right? So Sandstorm was up 2-0 in the set now. Now it's 2-1 because Wrenched was able to finally secure a win for himself. But I'm wondering if we're going to keep it Mammoth Fortress only, or if we're finally going to start getting some other maps on the table here. Because if we do, we could have a very different set. But it looks like for now, we're going to keep it nice and simple. Right back to Mammoth we go.
Oh yeah, alright, so I definitely agree with this. The upper platform on Apocalypse, Sandstorm definitely makes great use of that. And then the smaller walls, that's a bit too volatile to be playing when you're down 2-1 in a set.
Yeah.
So Demon Island, not the choice. Apocalypse, not the choice. Stability of Mammoth Fortress.
Go, especially if you're able to win here once. You may as well go back. Wrench gets caught there, doesn't jump immediately. Sandstorm's not able to smoke that one out. There we go. Beautiful sidelight a little bit over the lip of the stage. Whoa.
Whoa.
Huge commitment.
I mean, the potential reward on that one was immense, and he did not get punished for it, so definitely worth going for.
Yeah, and I think the biggest difference there is that Wrench holds the ground pound just long enough that even if it doesn't connect, he'll be able to jump and get the wall touch without having to burn his dodge. And that makes it so much harder to punish.
Yeah, and the fact that Qatar ground pound is also like one of the ones that falls the fastest in the game, it's hard to chase them if they do hold that ground pound a little bit longer.
Okay, I like that.
Ooh.
We're all familiar with that setup. The side light, gravity cancel side light, covers like almost like half of the different dodge options you have there in certain scenarios, but Sandstorm not able to find it would have given them the recovery. That side sig from the left side of the screen, not quite enough, just barely. Wrench has another chance to bring this back.
Oh, beats out the recovery there. That would have been the end of Wrenched, but manages to survive. Oh, now bounced off the wall. The weapon toss catching the tail end of Wrench's dodge.
And what I love about that exchange is that Sandstorm opts to go for the exhausted gauntlet recovery there to get a little bit more hang time while also drifting horizontally, and it just made it so tricky for Wrench to know where to place his hitbox there that Sandstorm was able to go ahead and get the turnaround.
Oh, caught him, went for the dodge read, but
Nice.
Wrench gets back to the stage instead and turns it around.
And you can't be mad at Sandstorm for going for that there, because if he got that second down air, Wrench would have been down 2 stocks in this matchup. Granted, Sandstorm did lose his stock for that, but he already built up a pretty healthy lead, and he's building up even more damage now, so he must be feeling pretty comfortable there.
Oh yeah, he can take a ton of extra chances here. He can play a little fast and loose with his options.
Okay, what are you going to do, Sandstorm? Manages to pick up Scythe. Wrench trying to get off the stage. Dodges in. No punish from Sandstorm. Tries to get the reaction on that dodge up from Sandstorm. Relight didn't quite connect. Interrupts his attack. Hold on. Big string coming out from Wrench, but Sandstorm answers.
That weapon toss to just break neutral, just threaten from the mid-range, and then what are you doing after it? Oh, you're gonna jump? Ice Claws.
Yeah. We got a lot more where that came from. The frozen tundra and the claws of Mordex here, as Wrench is trying to fight his way back here. Needs to find this KO ASAP, but Sandstorm, every little hit, making the dream get further and further away from the grasp of reality for Wrench.
Jeez, and even when, you dodge an attack, one of the follow-ups, but you're still in the area where the attack hits. Oh, Wrenched in danger. Off the wall, Sandstorm almost getting the extended, but Wrench smacking him away. They break to both sides, but now Wrench plucked off the stage. Just gets around that weapon toss, but the dive kick, oh, still able to make it back.
Saved one jump there and a dodge, just enough to get him out of that scenario, but not enough from losing the set, as Sandstorm is able to get himself comfortably into winners finals, 3-1ing Wrenched in the process. He's now going to be going up against the winner of Cody Travis and Kosalix on the other side of winner semifinals, which, by the way, I actually can't remember the last time I saw Kosalix in the winner's side of top 8. It's been a minute.
Yeah, it has definitely been a while. We've seen him in top 8s, but it's usually having to claw his way through the lower side, having a little bit of a rough go of it. It's been a while since he has won a tournament. Still a phenomenal player, no stranger to these top 8s, but hasn't made